Woke up disoriented at 12 o'clock today. It is now 3. I'm awake for like 3 hours. I forgot I did do this live. OMG. OMG. Before we start, OMG. Lemon squeezy. Look at you. Oh, you're so pink. You, baby. You know, baby. Oh, no. Sorry. Okay. Spoilers, guys. Spoilers. Good news. The wedding's off. Thank God. I didn't expect Jeremiah to be the one to call it off. I thought Belly was. But, I mean, good. Thank God he finally realized his worth. He does have an inferiority complex. It's very sad to watch. And Taylor, when Belly was, like, blowing up on Taylor for no fucking reason, like, she gets mad. Belly gets mad whenever she tells someone to actually tell her the truth. Like, with Conrad earlier in the episode, and then with Taylor when she was like, tell me what you think. She told her what she thought. And if anyone tells her something that she doesn't want to hear, she just, like, goes crazy, berserk. I mean, same. But, I am self-aware. I know that's, like, a bad trait to have. I know. But sometimes it is if you're right. But Belly is not consistently right. Especially in this episode. I mean, like, her fiance had to be the one to break it off, even though she was, like, canoodling with Conrad emotionally, you know? The moment when Taylor was like, you guys are codependent? Yeah, they are codependent. But then Belly was like, TikTok therapy speak, yeah, but, like, she's right. Sometimes it's right, though. Taylor, you queen. You go off. And people were, like, saying that her hair, looked like shit. I kind of like it. I'm into it. I'm into the look that Taylor went for, you know? It's, not basic in a good way. And I like it. I like how she went a non-basic route. Sometimes she does, but it's whatever. I also liked Taylor's, outfit for the, it's a baby shower, whatever, for the party, that everybody gave gifts to Belly for. It wasn't a bachelorette. I'm not sure what it was, but, yeah, I loved it because of the huge pink bow. I think it was pink, the pink bow, and maybe the pink dress, I'm not sure, but, like, it was a really cute outfit. Taylor eats all the time. Conrad low-key brought out his inner fuckboy when he was, like, in the beginning of the episode. He was, like, trying to be like, can we just forget about it? I was drunk. Going back to his old ways almost, but, like, for a good reason this time, because Belly literally fucking embarrassed him after he was, like, pouring his heart out to her, confessing his love to her, mind you, while she's, like, about to get married. And I know this can also be painted out as a bad thing, of course, but not really if Jeremiah is not right for her, and Belly is obviously loves Conrad still, and more, dare I say. Yeah, so honestly, he was right for that. But then, of course, Belly had to, like, straight up lie because she got scared, and she's in denial. She was like, you know, we didn't mean anything. Whole speech. She went on a whole speech about how they didn't mean anything after his, like, speech that was 3 times longer about how much he loves her. Oh my God. That episode made me feel sick, okay? And now this one is, like, addressing all that, of course, and Belly finally tells Jeremiah what happened finally, but Jeremiah was already suspecting it, and apparently everyone else was already suspecting it too, as you find out later throughout the episode, which I am confused about. I didn't know that this was, like, common knowledge that Conrad still, like, liked Belly, and Belly was, like, the only one that couldn't pick up on it until, like, this summer. It's insane. I don't know, maybe she just, like, didn't want to see it, honestly, because, like, sometimes she really did see it, I feel. But, again, she just wanted to push it down. That's my theory. But I'm not sure if any quotes from the book I've seen so far really back that up. I've seen quotes from the book that back up a lot of the other stuff I've said before. But, yeah. I haven't read the book, sorry. Yeah. Jeremiah leaving her. And not even, like, leaving a note or anything. Or, like, a text about, like, where he was going. Was so fucking, like, weird. That's not husband material. Like, that's so stressful. And Belly, like, I know she doesn't like to go the conventional route a lot of times, but she was, like, getting ready alone before the wedding. I'd be stressed the fuck out. But also, I feel like I'd be stressed the fuck out before wedding if I had a bunch of people around me helping me get ready, or any amount of people, even if it was a little amount. I just don't want to get married. So that's projection there. But yeah, some people were pointing out how that was a little odd to them too, but like whatever. Belly likes to do her own thing, and you know, I applaud her for that. I like how she just wanted to do her own thing even on her wedding day. A lot of people like to give into pressure with a lot of stuff like decorations, traditions when it comes to weddings, but I like how Belly just doesn't keep that up, you know, like yeah, pretty, I think that's awesome. I'm trying to think. Sorry. I'm trying to think. Apparently, this is where the book ends. So, and we don't have like 2 or 3 more episodes left. And we're going in without any other source material. So anything can happen. I hope, here's my theory. And here's the theory I've heard so far, but I fully support it. Belly, for the next couple years, finds herself, finally, outside of her identity, low-key codependency with the boys, and Taylor, and her family, and the beach house, everything. You know, because, like, I just feel like she just lets other people control her too much, and she's a little male-centered, I feel, especially when it comes to the boys, and it's just, like, she just needs to, like, find out who she is outside of all of that. She doesn't need to ditch all of it, of course, she cares about all of it, but, and all of them, but no, you need to find out what you want and who you are, and going to Paris is the perfect step. She's always wanted to go to Paris. Okay? Oh my god, Paris. I want to go to Paris one day. I feel like I just love it there. Okay, off track. And but then of course, as she was about to board, she saw Conrad. And I got kind of pissed off when I saw her walking up to him, because like, girl, go to Paris. You better not be ditching your fucking flight. But I don't think she'll do, I'm hoping she won't do that, but I really just hope she doesn't miss her flight to Paris, because she goes up to fucking Conrad, girl. And Conrad looked sad as hell. Like, I don't think either he knows the wedding got called off, and like maybe someone texted him or called him about it, or maybe not. I think it's kind of sad to like not keep him in the loop about it, but also like everybody ended off on bad terms with him before. We got Steven blowing up on him, which goes Steven. I mean, like, I kind of disagree with a lot of what Steven said, you know, like, sorry, Conrad's the love of Belly's life, but Steven doesn't really know that. Steven's just trying to protect his little sister. Love. Lovely. I love how they make Steven a good big brother, because like a lot of brothers are just like very mean, from what I've seen, and not just like the typical sibling mean stuff, but then at the end of the day they love each other. I've seen a lot of brothers just straight up hate their fucking sisters or siblings in general. So I love that. I have a sister, by the way. That's the only sibling I have. So, but I know I'm not biased. I've seen this happen. And Conrad and Jeremiah's relationship will never be the same after this. I got genuinely so sad and scared when Jeremiah was like, don't ever talk to me again, stay away from us. Yeah, like, that's just sad. And in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, what if it does go the route of Belly actually marries Jeremiah, and the next time they see each other is like, what, when Jeremiah fucking dies and Belly sees Conrad at a fucking funeral or some weird shit like that? That'd be scary as hell. Oh, hi, Marianne. Thank you for joining. Thank you for saying hi. And yeah, I mean, the letter. Susanna's letter. She's messy. But she spoke the truth. I mean, Conrad and Belly, they're gonna end up getting married one day. Probably. And Jeremiah had to read Conrad's letter saying that implying that he was gonna get married to Belly. And then when Jeremiah brought that up to Belly, that's what Susanna wanted, Belly was like, wait, no, but like after she died, I mean, like, we built something. I think you wanted to build something. I think you just wanted to forget about Conrad, girly pop. All throughout season 2, she's just like trying to forget about Conrad through Jeremiah, which is so sad because like they could have just been besties, but unfortunately, I know this isn't the whole reason, but I feel like, I'm only going to mention this because, like, not a lot of people say it, but like, I feel like a little part of it is because Susanna drilled into Belly's mind that she was going to be with Conrad, which in turn made Belly think, well, I need to be with one of the boys if it's not Conrad. I need to be a part of this family somehow. Susanna, I don't like how you drilled that into Belly's mind ever since she was a kid. That is unhealthy. I'm sorry. Especially since they were raised as, like, siblings, cousin kind of energy there. But then you, like, kind of encourage this little romance between them. That's kind of a little weird. A little heteronormative weird. Oh, just lost 7 viewers after I said that. Sorry, it's the truth. Okay, I'm not saying that I don't want Conrad and Belly to be together. But, like, in a perfect world, that's pretty fucking gross. Sorry, I wouldn't like even fucking looking at that. I distance myself from somebody if I became friends with them and I saw that shit. I'd be like, no, ew, that's fucking gross. And then if they disagree with me, bye. Not my friend anymore, I'm leaving. That's fucking incestual and weird. Anyways. And yeah, and then at the end of season 2, of course, Belly goes on this whole speech about how she needs to be realistic, you know, to Jeremiah. And that's her confession of her crush to Jeremiah? And he actually accepted that because he is just that desperate for her, that desperate to prove to himself that he has this one thing, like, against Conrad, and that he's actually being loved by Belly, and that he finally gets a girl. And it's just sad to watch. It's just sad to watch, and then, you know, they get together, but it's just, like, kind of gross, okay? At the time, I was like, oh my god, so cute. But that was before I knew all this shit from season 3. Season 1, I was just kind of like, yes, Jeremiah. But, like, also, they don't have that much chemistry outside of sexual stuff. They do have chemistry in sexual stuff when they're making out, having sex. Jeremiah and Belly. But then romance, it's like, it's giving a gay bestie, and that's about it. Which makes sense. He's bisexual. So we could have just left it there. But no. Y'all had to get all like that. You had to get together, you. But Conrad and Belly, they have chemistry sexually and romantically. Yes, all 3 seasons. Season 1 wasn't really apparent to me, though. But some of the kiss scenes was like, oh, wait. Wait a minute. I could be swayed to Team Conrad. Season 2, of course, they had some chemistry during their sex scenes, their romance scenes, and then that was what was, like, really getting me to be Team Conrad a little bit more. But this season made me Team Conrad all the way, okay? Because the chemistry is just off the charts, okay? But Belly with Jeremiah this season's just, it is giving man-child. Okay, don't get me wrong. You could be in a relationship with a man who's more immature than you, more golden retriever than you. But as soon as he starts to, like, rely on you for every single thing, and you can't rely on him for anything, that's weird. There needs to be a good balance, okay? In my opinion. And Conrad offers that balance. Because Belly can help him out with his mental health. And as you saw, she can help him with his injuries. That's a good example right there. He got cut himself serving, and she helped him out. And then he can help her with her problems. He helped her with the wedding planning. Okay? Because he likes to fix stuff for her. He literally said it himself. And then that cute little flashback, it didn't happen during this episode, but the cute little flashback of him helping her ride the bike, and Jeremiah and Steven fucking left her, which is literally the epitome of what their childhood was like before she turned pretty, that one summer, okay? Jeremiah, you said it yourself. Oh my god, I just wanted to grab her and kiss the shit out of her. Only during that summer and beyond. What did you think before? Yeah, that's right, but Conrad loved her before. And after. I'm sorry, wait, I'm trying to think. Yeah, and then you just keep seeing that happen throughout all the childhood scenes, flashbacks. Like, Jeremiah is just, like, picking on Belly along with Steven. Like, he's entertaining Steven's little, like, sibling rivalry. But Conrad's the one, like, defending her a lot of the times and, like, helping her feel included, at least. Or at least with him, feeling included with him, loved by him, you know? Of course a girl would fall in love with that. I'm not into the whole cousin-sibling kind of thing, though, but, you know. But still, if I were to have to be forced, if I were forced to choose between well, if I was, like, all-knowing God, if I was forced to choose Jeremiah or Conrad, based on what I've just already said, Conrad, there we go. Yeah. The letters, right? Belly didn't even open her letter. She didn't even get to open her letter. I don't think it's because she didn't think she was going to get married. I think she was just, like, having some doubts. Maybe that's why she didn't open it. But also, maybe she just didn't get the chance to. And her mind was preoccupied with, like, where's Jeremiah? He has to come back. We're late. We're late for the wedding. Yeah, but then as soon as Laurel saw the unopened letter that Belly didn't open, that little fucking smirk. Yeah, Laurel, you were right. You were right. You were all right all along. And it was on Adam's dime. Yeah. Adam's gonna have to pay for all this. Yes. I saw someone say that what if Adam's, like, fires Jeremiah for, like, embarrassing him in front of his colleagues? Honestly, I wish. I want to see that happen. I know poor Jeremiah. It actually did make me sad when Jeremiah and Belly, that scene where they were finally breaking up. But it made me feel sad for Jeremiah a little bit, but not that much. Not that much. He deserves it. Seeing him moping around after their whole argument made me sad, but mostly satisfied. Yeah. Please drink your feelings away with Steven and mope around. Not with Steven, my poor Steven. You don't deserve to get roped in this, but you did this yourself, buddy. You proposed after you knew you did Belly wrong. And after, oh, right, Jeremiah, I thought this was just going to be a theory, and I didn't really think much of it, and I didn't really think it would actually show up in the show, but no. Jeremiah, after he found out about Belly and Conrad during Christmas, he said, oh, I waited until you would confess, Belly, but you didn't. So he did it right before spring break. He did it right before spring break. He nitpicked a fight. Belly even said, like, you nitpicked a fight before then? That's why? It was like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's weird. That is weird. Now, I'm still, like, on the fence about, like, whether or not that's cheating, though. I'm not gonna lie, but Jeremiah, don't act like you... Well, honestly, Belly's the one that was keeping this secret mostly, and she's mostly in the wrong for that, but don't act like you aren't a little bit in the wrong, too, for, like, keeping that from your girlfriend, and then, like, not even, like, bringing it up, and instead just nitpicking a fight that has nothing to do with what you actually want to talk about. That's weird. Although it was cheating, though. It was emotional cheating. Belly, no. Just get with Conrad. Just get with Conrad. Yeah. Taylor and Steven finally, like, I feel like I actually would have preferred Steven to be with his coworker, actually. I feel like they had good chemistry and they actually felt more healthy, even though they started off from, like, just, like, being kind of mean to each other at work. But, like, that still, like, somehow felt more healthy than whatever Steven and Taylor had, even though I love them together and they have chemistry too, and a little bit more than Denise. Oh, right, Denise and Steven. But then when they kissed, I was just like, oh my god, yay! But then they pulled away, and then she's like, is that kissing a plant? Damn. Like, I was both happy about that, but not really. Like, in the moment, I was actually more sad because I wanted them to be together. But then as soon as I saw Steven and Taylor back at it again talking, I was like, never mind. Why was I so sad about? Steven and Taylor forever. Okay, now that I'm done with my yap, now it's finally time to check the chats. Let's see what everybody's saying. Sorry for ignoring y'all. I just wanted to get all my thoughts out before I forget, maybe, if I'm reading the chat, because obviously people will be talking about other things. Okay, so what team are you on? No Lies, Conrad. But in a perfect world, realistically, it would be Belly. But unfortunately, this is a romance show. So, obviously, it's going to be one of the two. So, Conrad. It's low-key, but she just wanted to make her friends a real family. Now, yeah, no, for real. I get that point of view, Will. I get that point of view. Will said hi. Hello. How do you say... Oh, wait, no. Yeah. Some of it says hi, and then other times when people say hi, it says hi with a wave. I think that's like a little button you can press. What are your predictions on what's going to happen next in future episodes? I already said it before, but I'm just going to summarize. I think Belly's just going to have, like... I don't know. They're just going to slowly build up Conrad and Belly's relationship, and also Belly's going to find herself in Paris and anywhere else if she goes anywhere else, and then eventually they'll find their way back to each other after Belly finally finds herself. They always try to scam me, like every Indian either rides a magic carpet or works at 7-Eleven, said Lovelace. Well, Lovelace, we're not talking about Indians right now. Why are you saying this? Okay, weird. Everybody ignore them. Yeah, okay, back to it. All right, that's all anybody said in the chat right now, so let's go back to my yap. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Laurel. I thought they were going to develop Laurel and Adam's relationship more. Not Adam. Wait, not Adam. Laurel and whoever her ex-husband. But obviously, and I'm thinking about it, I don't think it would make sense to squeeze that into these last couple episodes, or this episode. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the actress said that they're going to add on to that more in the next couple episodes, Laurel's love life. I don't know if that will include her ex-husband or not. I don't want her to get back with her ex-husband. She said she didn't feel fireworks when she was with him. Okay? I just don't... I want Laurel to actually find a love. A true love. One that makes her feel excited. And fireworks, like how Belly has found. You know, she deserves that. Do you think Belly might meet someone in Paris, said Will? Maybe. You know what? I wouldn't put it past Jenny Han, the writer, to not do that, you know? Like, ugh, she's into love triangles. She really is. I wouldn't be surprised if she added another one. I mean, like in season 1, Belly had Cameron, Jeremiah, and Conrad, which is crazy. And then in season 2, she was talking to some other guy, only in the first episode, but yeah, which is technically like 3 guys at once again. Yeah. I think I'm done talking about this, to be honest. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to talk about? I think I'm gonna go now. I think that's all I have for right now. If I have anything else, maybe if I remember it, I'm gonna talk about it next time I talk about the Summer and Pretty. Yeah. Any single girls in here? No, but I think I have a chat replay, so you're gonna be shamed. Everybody's gonna see your weird ass fetching. Cool. Alright guys, bye-bye now. Just screenshotted my public shame. I haven't done a public shame in a while. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all your comments, your likes, you watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you're notified every time I post a video. And yeah, after I end this live, if you can still comment, comment your thoughts. What do you think of this episode? What team are you on? What do you want for Belly in the future? And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I love you. Have a good day or night, and bye. Hit my nose.